This is what we call our Cities for Life black book, just because our folder is black. But you can have any color folder you want. This is what we keep all of our information in that we want to have on hand at the abortion mill while we're ministering. In the front pocket, I have these to hand out to workers. It's a $25,000 reward for giving some information on abortionists to be arrested for crimes they commit within the abortion clinic. I like to have those in hand to hand out to workers. I have Spanish translations of things that we can say to women on the mic, and since I don't speak Spanish, I can try to read this. This is our Cities for Life master resource list, and it includes all of our resources within North Carolina and South Carolina. This is I have a tab that says what to say, and on this what to say tab, this is the 4 starters, which is a list of things, ideas that people can say on the mic. I pretty much don't use this anymore, but someone else might want to look at it while we're out there. Let's see, it tells how to present the truth to women entering the clinic through literature, preaching, signs, and counseling. Sidewalk Counseling Guide by Truth and Mercy Ministries. A friend of ours gave that to us. And then Resources is the next tab. This lists the Charlotte's Crisis Pregnancy Centers of the Greater Charlotte area. It lists directions to the Pregnancy Resource Center from the abortion mill that we minister at. This is before baby arrives, and this tells where we can send the girls if they need a place to stay, if they need a baby shower, if they need our doctor's help. And I've added some little notes along the way, Catholic social services and such here. Sometimes we just run out of options, so we like to have them all listed here in case one place is full. Have a brochure from someone that helps abused women. More things on once baby arrives here and where they can live, where they can apply to live, who can help them with transitional housing or a teaching program or just a place to stay, depending on if this is their first baby or they have older children as well. Have South Carolina shelters. And then my next tab is laws. And since we go out with our homeschooled children, I like to have on hand the homeschool requirements with the parts highlighted that says what is required by us by law and then what we are free to do. And this really just would eliminate anyone that would call a truancy officer on us, because in North Carolina we can operate our school hours anytime we choose, and they just have recommendations and a few requirements. So we are allowed to go out during the week to minister. Have child safety recommendations and ideas to inspire for ministering with children. I have laws of interest. This includes harassing, cursing at, attacking your personal property. This is our picketing leaflet that tells the laws on picketing and what we're allowed to do, and I've highlighted the important sections that a lot of times the officers who come to help, when the clinic gets mad and they call the officers on us thinking that we're doing something wrong or hoping that they will find that we are doing something wrong, we can show them these laws if there's ever a dispute, which there never has been. Nothing's ever happened, but we like to have this on hand just to show what our rights are as citizens. This is how to handle a disruption procedure if police are called and how to deal with them politely. This is willful and wanton injury to personal property, and the punishments: using profane and indecent language, threatening, making threats. This tells what the law would allow you to press charges on. There's just some articles. The Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act, the FACE Act. This tells the details in case a cop or a clinic worker thinks that you are blocking the entrance of a clinic. This clearly states that you have to actually be, impeding entrance to the abortion clinic. So unless you're sitting in front of a car, you are allowed to stop a car to hand out literature. This is the 24-hour law that applies to North Carolina. I like to keep that on hand. My next tab has to do with our abortion mill that we minister at. So I put APWHC, which is the initials of a Preferred Women's Health Center. This is an article by a very liberal newspaper that details DFS inspectors' reports, the health department, the EMTs, what they found when they came to the clinic and found women in varied conditions where they needed an ambulance transfer. It's good information to have on hand to prove your case if someone wants to know how you found out all this information you're telling them about in counseling or on the mic. This is the Better Business Bureau complaints of a preferred women's health. This is the information on, the next tab is Ron Vermani, and this just gives, this is one of our abortionists, just gives the legal actions that have been taken against him. It has the actual court records. I put in red what he did, lying on stand under oath, no hospital privileges, because that's what this document says, and I highlighted the important parts. I've used this before in counseling. Someone didn't believe that what I had to say to be true, and this is right from the North Carolina Medical Board. You know, and really tells about inappropriate relationships with patients. I had the same thing for Dr. Newton. All the information with this abortionist. Then I have the next tab is complications that can happen with your abortion, and I just list all the complications that you can have: physical risks, emotional, mental, and this little flyer I have on broken women and their stories of their abortions and how it affected them. The last thing I have is social concerns, which just details, like in comparison to the American Indians and how they were treated, or slavery, and comparing it to abortion. So it kind of gives you another leg to stand on for showing how slavery was once legal, but it wasn't right, and how, you know, the Holocaust was once legal in Germany, and